Hi, my name is Carla and I'm from Canada. My life was pretty normal until one day while walking to school, the most bizarre thing happened.
Carla, watch out!
My neighbor and classmate Danny yelled as his bike sped towards me. I jumped out of the way and landed in a ditch while Danny and his bike went flying through some bushes.
Ouch! I think I broke my leg.
Serves you right for almost killing me. I was so busy trying to get out of the ditch and cursing Danny that I didn't notice someone walk up to me. Hi, Carla. Need some help? I looked up at the unfamiliar voice. The most beautiful girl I'd ever seen was standing there, her hand extended to me. I'm not exaggerating, guys. She was stunning. She had these ocean blue, sparkling eyes and jet black silky hair. And her teeth were so white they hardly looked real. Who are you and why do you know my name? I'm Olivia. Let me help you. Do you want to know what happened next? Then please subscribe and keep watching this video. When I was 8 years old, my dad gave me a beautiful doll and told me her name was Alexa. I loved Alexa, but Mom kept saying that Alexa didn't look right. Being only 8, I didn't know what that meant. One day, I came home from school to find Mom throwing Dad's things on the lawn, threatening to burn them. Our neighbors were standing outside watching the drama unfold. I'm warning you, Marcus, I will set it all on fire if you don't get that thing away from Carla.
Stop making a scene, Lydia. The doll is harmless and Carla loves her.
Were they talking about Alexa? Mom? Dad? What's going on? They both turned towards me. I guess they were too busy trying to kill each other to notice the school bus dropped me off. Dad was holding Alexa protectively while Mom was throwing loads of Dad's stuff all over the lawn. Danny, who was the school head of the bullies, stood on the sidewalk, his bully friends with him.
Oh, Carla, your parents are crazy. Is your house a madhouse?
His bully friends laughed as they took off down the street on their bikes. Carla, honey, please go inside. I followed Mom to her front door and she asked me to go to my room and wait for her. When she came in later, Dad and his stuff were gone, and so was Alexa. That was almost 10 years ago. Now I'm a senior in high school. Scratch that. I'm the hottest senior in high school. At least according to every boy at my school. Well, except Danny. He's still a bully and he still calls my house the madhouse. Ugh. After Olivia helped me get out of the ditch, she vanished. One minute, I was talking to her while collecting my books, and when I looked up, she was gone. I hurried to the school wondering who she was, and how did she know who I was? It was kind of creepy. While in class, I heard some movement outside the window and I turned to look. You wouldn't believe what I saw. Olivia was staring at me with her face plastered to the window, her eyes unnaturally wide. I stood up from my desk screaming and she took off running. When my classmates turned to see what was going on, she was already gone. I swear there was someone right there.
Are you seeing things, Carla?
Danny and his buddies were now making fun of me, saying I was losing it. I'm not crazy, there was a girl there. My outburst made them laugh even more. When I got home that day and told Mom about my strange day, she just brushed it off. No one believed me, but I was sure of what I saw. Olivia was real. Guys, you believe me, right? A few days later, I got home from school to find a police officer outside our house. And with him was my dad. I ran and hugged him, but he started to sob loudly. Dad, what's wrong? Aren't you happy to see me?
Carla, I'm so sorry. Your mom was in a car accident. She's gone, honey.
I fell to my knees as Dad and the officers gave me the worst news of my life. I had so many questions, but I just let Dad comfort me. The next couple of days were tough, but Dad helped me with the funeral arrangements, and after the funeral, I had no choice but to move in with him. So, where have you been this whole time? Dad was driving me to his house.
Carla, I'm so sorry I left. I've been working at a lab in Germany, but I came back a few weeks ago.
I got the shock of my life when I walked into Dad's fancy house because standing there was Olivia. I knew I wasn't crazy. What are you doing here? Did you follow me here too?
What are you talking about?
This girl has been following me. She even came to my school. She's a creep.
Calm down, Carla. Olivia didn't follow you here. She lives here.
I was lost.
Carla, meet your stepsister, Olivia.
This was crazy. She has been stalking me for the past couple of weeks.
That's impossible. Olivia is homeschooled and she never leaves the house.
Oh, is that right? Do her lessons involve teaching her how to be a stalker?
Now calm down, young lady. That's no way to talk to me or your sister.
She's not my sister. She's just a...
That's enough, Carla.
Dad was angry now and he was about to scold me, but Olivia interrupted.
It's okay, Dad. She's telling the truth.
See?
I only wanted to get to know her and may have shown up at the school a couple of times.
Shown up? You scared me and made my classmates think I'm a psycho.
I'm really sorry, Dad, but when we moved back here, I thought we would look for Carla right away, but you and Mom didn't seem to be in a hurry. I just wanted to get to know Carla better.
I can't believe you did that. What if someone found out that...
Dad stopped talking and looked at me nervously. Found out what?
That I'm...
Olivia, don't.
She looked at Dad wide eyes and then she started to shake violently like she was having a seizure. What's wrong with her? Dad didn't answer me. Instead, he picked up Olivia and carried her up the stairs. I followed and saw him enter a room, but when I tried to walk in, he banged the door in my face. Rude? What do you think Olivia was about to tell me?
Hey, Carla, I hope you remembered to take your crazy meds. We don't want you screaming at ghosts again.
The whole class burst out laughing at Danny's teasing.
Apologize to her, now!
Olivia stood over Danny, her fists clenched. Where had she come from? Ever since her mini meltdown at home, Dad had been treating her like she was an egg. He fussed over her and rarely let her out of his sight. Olivia? What are you doing here?
Dad finally let me join your school. Isn't it great?
She smiled at me and then turned to Danny.
I said, apologize to my sister. Now!
She took a step towards him. How could she be smiling 1 second and so mad the next?
Sister, you're crazy just like her.
Olivia pounced on Danny like an angry cat. She punched him in the face and Danny fell backwards, clutching his nose.
Ouch, you broke my nose.
And I'll break it again if you ever come near my sister. Now move.
She pushed Danny off his chair and sat in it. By lunch, the whole school was talking about Olivia. Everyone moved out of the way as she and I walked past them. Olivia never left my side. She even stood outside the door when I went to the bathroom. Everyone was mesmerized by Olivia's beauty. The boys drooled at her and my friends kept talking about how pretty she was. I even saw them touch and sniff her silky hair. Soon, my friends started to pay more attention to her and to her perfect everything. As if that was not enough, Olivia was super intelligent. She had a photographic memory and she solved math problems in seconds. Teachers adored her. By the end of the first week, everyone was worshipping the ground she walked on. Despite all her popularity, Olivia never made any friends. All she did was follow me everywhere I went. On my birthday, I invited my friends to my dad's house, even though I knew not many people would show up, since I wasn't that popular anymore. Much to my surprise, almost the entire school showed up to the party. I was so excited, until I saw them all handing presents to Olivia and wishing her a happy birthday. I couldn't believe it. She hijacked my birthday. You're the worst sister in the world. I furiously wiped tears from my face and ran to my bedroom, only to walk in the worst possible scene a girl could see on her birthday. My boyfriend Emmett was kissing Gigi, a girl in our class, in my bedroom. Get out! Get out! I pulled my hair and stomped my feet like a mad toddler.
Carla, what's going on?
Ugh, Of course, Olivia had followed me. I caught them kissing.
What?
Gigi tried to leave the room, but Olivia blocked her. Get out of my way. Gigi pushed Olivia and it was chaos from there. Olivia looked possessed. She and Gigi were at each other's necks, but Gigi was no match for Olivia. Seriously, what had Dad been feeding her? Come to think of it, I'd never seen her eat. Not even once. Anyway, back to my bedroom, which now looked like a war zone. Olivia and Gigi were screaming at each other, rolling on the floor. Emmett and I tried to separate them, but I ended up with a scratch on my face and Emmett got a chipped tooth. Gigi grabbed Olivia by her hair and pulled hard. Emmett and I watched in horror as Olivia's hair came right off. It was a wig. Olivia quickly got up away from Gigi. She tried to cover her bald head, but it was too late. And that was not all. One of her eyes was bulging out, distorted and looking really creepy. Oh my god, what's wrong with your face? Gigi dropped Olivia's wig and bolted out of there. Emmett looked so terrified and, to be honest, so was I. When Olivia turned to him, he took a few steps back.
Don't come near me.
Olivia didn't listen. She grabbed him and pushed him hard. Together, they fell through my bedroom window and landed on our lawn. I ran down the stairs and went out the front door. I saw Emmett get up and limp down the driveway, disappearing down the street. Kids stared in horror at Olivia, who, at this point, looked like a zombie. Olivia, are you okay?
Alexa?
She started twitching and shaking, then she fell with a loud thud. Everyone ran away screaming. A few minutes later, Dad walked out to the lawn and ran straight to Olivia. Is she dead?
No,
We need to take her to the hospital.
she doesn't need a hospital.
He picked her up and went into the house, where he ordered everyone to leave. I didn't understand what was happening until the most shocking thing happened. Dad took Olivia to her room, laid her on the bed, lifted her shirt, and plugged an electric charger in her. The words "system charging" sent my brain on a whirlwind. What? What's going on? I was terrified and ready to bolt when Dad caught my hand and begged me to sit down so he could explain.
Carla, Olivia is your childhood doll, Alexa.
No way. But how is that possible?
She's not a normal doll, she's a robot.
Dad explained that he created Alexa when I was young, but when Mom found out how similar to a human being the doll was, she freaked out and kicked Dad out, calling him crazy. In Germany, Dad met Margaret, a scientist just like him. She helped him develop Alexa to look even more human. One day, however, Olivia found photos of me and told Dad that she wanted to meet me. And reluctantly, Dad agreed to move back to Canada.
I called your mom immediately when we moved back, but she refused to let me see you.
As Dad continued to explain, Olivia woke up all charged and Dad fixed her hair and put her eye back in place. She looked at me and smiled.
I'm sorry, Carla. I just wanted to be close to you.
I felt strange about this whole thing. So what happens now?
Now we move back to Germany, where Olivia's secret is safe. And no more school for you, Olivia.
That's okay, Dad. I don't need school anyway.
So, Carla, will you come with us?
What do you think I said?